Hello, well today we're going to be potting on our 160 plants, which are also known as plug plants, and this process is really very simple. We're going to be using our autumn varieties today. These are all very popular: primroses, pansies, wallflowers and our polyanthus, but the process applies in exactly the same way for your summer bedding plants as well. So for this demonstration today, I think I'll use our pansies. These are lovely, really popular, bring beautiful colour to your beds, and one of my favourite as well. But before you begin, just make sure that you have everything that you need to hand. So you need your empty trays. These are known as your grow-on trays. As you can see, there's just a bigger cell here than in the 160s. If you haven't got these, then don't worry. You can use something like this. This is a 9cm pot. That'll do quite nicely. Or you can see these 6-packs as well. So you can use something like that. Okay, also what you need, this is key, is your dibbling tool. This is fantastic. This is key to help you just not to damage your plants. You can use a bit of cane like I've got here that's been broken off, or you can use a pencil or something like that. So they're going to help you just to prick out the plants, pop them out without damaging them, as you can see, just like this. Okay, so what we want to do, I'll show you a bit more of that in a moment. Let's just get our hands into this compost here. The best thing to do before you start is just break up all of these lumps. Just get your hands in, it's lovely, into that earth. Right, fill up your trays. There we go. And just give it a bit of a shake, and then it's always good just to get a second layer on there, and then you can just run your hand over to clear off any extra compost that's on the top. And you can also use your dibbling tool here as well, just to make it nice and tidy. Right, so take your tray like this, and then what you want to do is, as you can see these holes underneath, just take your dibbling tool and then just pop that into that hole like that. And as you can see, that just brings out that plant like that. And what you want to do is just handle this plant by the roots. They're quite delicate, they're sturdy enough for this process, but just make sure you've got that by its root, just not to damage it. And then you can use, I like to use my finger, you can use your dibbling tool if you don't like to do that. Pop the plant in and just firm it round, and then that just makes it nice and secure. And then you can just repeat that process for each one. Okay, so there it goes into the tray. There we are. Lovely. So keep going. There's quite a few here, but it's really a great way of doing it, really good value, because there are so many plants. And the key thing is just to make sure that they are secure in these new trays. So once they're planted, you want to just gently water them in. Just make sure you do this a couple of times. So once over, and then just make sure that they've got a really good watering there for a second time. And the best time to water these is ideally during the morning or the evening. If you water them in the heat of the day, then this can scorch them and will damage the plants. And to make sure they grow really well as well, keep them in a warm place, ideally a greenhouse if you've got one, but if not, just somewhere where the air can move through. And then you also want to give them some feed after a couple of weeks just to help them along. And that's it. It's as simple as that. In about 4 to 6 weeks, you should have plants that are a really good size and garden ready. There we go.